Hello, fifth grade or fifth and sixth grade. This is your video for um, Friday, April 2nd, and for history. And so we are going to be doing two work text pages 191 and 192, and I know some of you are working on that. But the back side, somebody had asked me a question on 192 as to what you put in there. As much information as you might need for the test, that's what you need to put in there. And that's what would be expected for you on the worksheet as well. But on the front side, it's talking about ancient Africa, and the three areas that ancient empires that you had were Axum, Ghana, Mali, and Songhai. And so they're going to ask you certain questions about that. Should be right from your reading, though. All right, let's go ahead and get to that reading. We're starting on pages 262 and going to 264. And so starting here with at the top, let's talk about a person named Ezana. The king of Axum Empire, and he ruled from AD 300 in eastern Africa. Ezana was young when his father died, and his mother ruled the country for him. Influenced by his tutor, Frumentius, Ezana became a Christian and was baptized. Frumentius became the first bishop of Axum, and Ezana made Christianity the official religion of Axum. He was the first to issue coins with a Christian cross on them. Ezana was also known for his strong army. He waged wars to gain wealth and expand the kingdom of Axum. That was on page 263, and so I flipped to the wrong side. But here we go in Africa's empires, then on page 262, it says, Axum, on the eastern side of Africa lies the modern nation of Ethiopia. Long before the birth of Christ, farmers settled in this area and built the empire of Axum. Axum was a wealthy and powerful kingdom. It supplied precious stones, incense, gold, ivory, ebony, myrrh, and elephants to the Egyptian pharaohs, and it traded with Arabs and Europeans as well. It is the kingdom that eventually conquered Kush in AD 330. Archaeologists who have studied the ruins of Axum say that walled castles dominated the capital city. Stone inscriptions found among the ruins indicate that Axum's educated people knew Greek. Linguists believe that the Axumites visited the Greek city of Byzantium often, perhaps to trade. Eventually, Axum developed a written language called Ge'ez. A system of social classes developed in Axum. The king and the nobles were the highest class, followed by merchants, then artisans and traders, and then servants. Seems to be about the same social class development for all the ancient civilizations, or pretty much all of them. On the next page then, it says, I missed something here. Hold on. Ezana ruled the empires of Axum in the AD 300s. He had great wealth and built many beautiful palaces, temples, and monuments. At least one of his steles has survived until today. Under Ezana, Axum became the strongest empire in eastern Africa, conquering neighboring kingdoms. Byzantine traders spread Christianity into eastern Africa in the 300s. After Ezana conquered the people of Kush, he gave thanks to God for the victory with an inscription on a large stone slab. A Syrian Christian named Frumentius became a tutor to Ezana. It was probably... hold on, somebody decided to wake up here. It was probably through his influence that Ezana became a Christian. With Ezana's conversion, Christianity became Axum's official religion. Justin I of the Byzantine Empire, who ruled from AD 518 to 527, viewed the people of Axum as fellow Christians. He asked King Caleb of Axum to help Christians in South Arabia, now Yemen, who were facing persecution from a Jewish prince. The region became part of the Axumite Empire until the end of the 6th century. After the fall of Rome, Axum's trade dwindled. Then in the 600s, Axum's Muslim armies conquered Egypt and cut Axum off from its trade with the Mediterranean world. The power of the rulers declined as the empire grew poorer, yet even after the empire disappeared, the civilization continued. It formed the basis for the modern state of Ethiopia. There at the bottom, the Queen of Sheba, which she is written about in the book of... Second Kings, I believe, or maybe First Kings, but anyway, actually, it's going to be Second Kings. But it says First Kings 10 tells how Queen of Sheba a queen from Sheba visited King Solomon during his reign over Israel. Many scholars believe that Sheba was a kingdom located in what is now Ethiopia. The descriptions of the gifts that the queen brought indicate that Sheba was wealthy. The Queen of Sheba had heard of Solomon's great wealth and about the wisdom he had gained from the Lord. She wanted to see Solomon's wealth and hear his wisdom firsthand. She devised difficult questions to ask Solomon. He answered all of them. After he showed her the treasures and richness of his lifestyle, she saw that the reports that she had heard were true. She told Solomon that his riches and wisdom were even greater than the stories claimed. Many believe that the Queen of Sheba began to serve Israel's God and brought knowledge of him back to her own people. Later, Jesus used the Queen of Sheba as an example of the eager faith with which the Jews should have welcomed him, their Messiah. The Queen had come from the uttermost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. Jesus, who was much greater than Solomon, had brought the glory of God to the Jewish people. They did not receive him in faith. All right, one more page on 264. Ghana. The ancient empire of Ghana was located along the Niger River. It was not in present-day Ghana, but in what is now Mauritania. No one knows who founded ancient Ghana, but the kingdom probably appeared about 300 years after the birth of Christ. By 8700, Ghana was an empire. It was governed by African kings. In fact, the word Ghana was the title these rulers used for themselves. Many Arabian merchants traveled back and forth to Ghana, and some lived there. They introduced the use of camels on trade routes across the Sahara. Much of what historians know about this empire is from the merchants' accounts. Ghana became a wealthy center of trade. Its location was ideal. Ghana was situated at the edge of the Sahara and was near the only water source for miles. There were gold mines to the south, so the people of Ghana traded gold for goods from merchants from merchants from all over the world. One of the main items exchanged for gold was salt. There was no sources for salt in Ghana, so salt from the Saharan mines was valuable. Salt is your secret word. Trade for salt and gold was done in an unusual way. The traders never saw one another. The system was called silent trade. First, merchants placed their slabs of rock salt in a special place and left. Next, the traders brought their gold and left it beside the salt. Finally, the merchants returned to take the gold. If either side was not satisfied with the amount that had been left, the deal was not complete. The merchants and the traders continued to come and go, adjusting their amounts until the deal was acceptable to both. This method of trade kept both sides happy, and the location of the gold mines a secret. Along with gold, the Ghanaians traded cola nuts, honey, textiles, and slaves. In addition to salt, they traded for items such as copper, dried fruit, cowrie shells, horses, cloth, swords, and books from North Africa and Europe. The king of Ghana charged taxes on all trade with his kingdom, so he was incredibly wealthy. An Arabian geographer named al-Bakri wrote a work called the Book of Highways and Kingdoms. In it, he described the king of Ghana's court as reported to him by traders. Gold was lavishly displayed everywhere. The precious metal decorated everything from clothing to swords and shields. Even saddles and dog collars had gold in them. Arabian merchants brought the religion of Islam to Ghana. The king of Ghana continued to practice traditional beliefs, but many of the traders converted to Islam. As the ancient capital city of Kaumbi Sala grew, a separate Islamic community developed there. Ghana had a huge army that helped protect its trade, but eventually wars with the Arabs began to interrupt trade and weaken Ghana's kings. The empire's military power declined. When the empire of Mali attacked, Ghana could not fight back. The empire of Ghana ended in the 13th century. All right, well, that's your reading for today. I hope you have a good weekend. Have a good day off on Monday. We'll see you on Tuesday. Have a good day. Bye.